Betrayal and conspiracy, sacrilege and hearsay. I feel alright. How about it, Dwayne? I feel alright tonight. Yeah, I feel alright.
And we were just shopping. One minute he was fine, and the next minute he wasn't. Roy'd been pushing the buggy while we were shopping when the stroke hit. He had veered off a little bit to the left, and so I hurried up to him, and he didn't look right. And I'm like, hey, look at me. And when he looked toward me, it was more like he looked through me with a blank stare. So I asked him to smile, and he couldn't respond. So I asked him to raise his hand, and he couldn't. I asked him his name, and he just mumbled. So I knew those were the classic signs of a stroke, and I knew he was in serious trouble and we needed to get help fast. Well, Roy couldn't use the left side of his body. The stroke hit the right side of his brain, which affected the left side of his body. And so it was hard for him to talk or understand words. He couldn't walk. He began therapy as soon as he was stable enough and had to basically relearn how to do everything again. He never lost his sense of humor, though, when the speech therapist was in there showing him cards and asking him what the pictures were on the cards, and she held up a guitar, and he said it was a cheap magnet. After 8 days, they transferred Roy to a hospital that had a stroke rehab unit in it, and it had intensive speech, occupational, and physical therapies all in one place. Even with everything that Roy was going through, he still kept his sense of humor. He would even pull his gait belt up over his shoulder and tell the nurses and therapists that he was a crossing guard. He's just kept a good, positive outlook on everything all the time. The doctors at the inpatient therapy said they didn't know if he'd ever be able to play his guitar or sing again, that a stroke's different for different people, and there was no way to even tell if he was going to be able to even recover. Roy got to come home on February the 16th, and we just started doing some in-house therapy, whatever we could think of for him to work on until after his surgery, which was scheduled for March the 4th, and then they would do professional therapy after that.
The tops and the bottoms are mine. Carry free, said for okay, and purple, rabbit, smiled and nodded. He snorted. He snorted. He sorted. Okay, so sorted. And what he picked 1, 2, 3 big piles. Okay.
Okay, QRS.
No, no.
So
no, that's incorrect.
that would go first.
What?
Rat would go first.
Red.
LMNOP.
R.
No, P is right. Pat is right. PQR.
Yeah.
So then it would be rat.
Red.
Would be there.
Red.
Mm-hmm.
That's hard.
Yeah, it is hard.
Every day at home was inpatient therapy. He worked on his guitar and his lyrics. He walked the dogs. He worked in the garden. He was always doing something working toward his recovery. And he stayed very positive.
I can see. Let's see, there's no dice yet. What is wrong? I have to I guess you worries. Dang. All the good stuff. I can't sing, baby, cause I got two. And those people keep a luring.
Back to San when I was just a
Baby, my mama son.
only son.
Yeah, always do
Be a good boy.
don't ever play the guns, but I'm shut in Reno just to watch him die. That's slow. That lonesome.
Hear that lonesome whistle. I don't know that part.
Hang my cry.
Look at that. Oh, yeah, he's showing out.
Yeah. I can do that. That's tough with that.
Yeah.
I've been tracking.
Roy kept pushing forward, and when he was in front of the crowd playing, he'd stumble over or forget his words. He had to work harder to make his chords on his guitar. He had to learn basically everything all over again, because you can't tell a musician that they can't perform music anymore. I mean, that would just be like saying you need just to lay down and die. So quitting was never an option for him.
See, it's really hard, but Melissa don't understand it's hard.
Yeah.
You know, but it is. But everybody else wrecks it because I knew it well once upon a time.
You'll get there.
Roy had developed aphasia as a result of the stroke, and found it very frustrating and very difficult to get the words that are in his head to come out his mouth. Now, he could sing. He might forget some of the lyrics, but he could sing. But he had to work very hard on his language, and he had to go to a speech therapist every week without fail.
All right. I got to run to keep from hiding, and I'm bound to keep on riding. I've got one more silver dollar, but I can't go with you.
You'll have to put it on there. I won't be
Crossroads seem to come and go. Ships of ice and coast to go. Knowing between love and young, sharing my soul but having fun. Always wrong, sweet Melissa, sweet Melissa. Whenever I'm alone with you, you make me feel like I'm fun again. Whenever far away, I will always love you. No matter how long I stay, I will always love you. Whatever the words I say, I will love you always. I will always love you.
I think Roy's very courageous to get back up and do what he loves doing. He is my hero and an inspiration to everybody who knows him.
Here comes the sun, here comes the sun. I say it's alright. Sun, 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 here it comes. Sun, 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 here it comes. Sun, 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 here it comes.
Never give up on what you love. Never give up on your dreams. And most of all, never give up on yourself. Keep fighting.